How you doing? It's pugilistking here, and I'm on the road again. But today there was the announcement press conference for Amir Khan's showdown in Liverpool Echo Arena on April the 21st against Greco or something. I actually accidentally put in my Twitter Fellow Green. Okay, I got mixed up obviously with his name and the pop singer. But the press conference was today in Liverpool Hilton Hotel, and it was Amir and Greco. This was their first time in each other's presence, and it was to announce the fight and the undercard. And obviously, well, to give a structure of the press conference, Eddie basically announced the undercard fights. There was Tommy Coyle and another guy fighting for the Commonwealth title, and they actually had a bit of theatrics. They dressed up as Batman and Superman, but they were on the undercard, so Eddie Hearn announced those two, and then obviously Conor Ben was added to the card, so that was mentioned as well. And obviously they finished with the main event, which was Amir Khan and Greco. Obviously Eddie introduced them, did the usual asking the fighters questions. Then Amir and Phil, they start sort of verbally exchanging a wee bit. It was all sort of tongue in cheek. It was all seemed like a bit of good banter. Then Phil was up in the ante a bit with the trash talk, and he started mentioning Amir getting knocked out, saying that Amir was only a tune-up fight for him, and that he wasn't no tune-up for Amir Khan, and he was going to knock Amir Khan out, obviously mentioning Khan's chin. Then he mentions the CANELO knockout loss, and then he says that he lost after the CANELO loss, saying that he lost family members and he lost his wife, and he made a reference to the tweet which Amir Khan put out about his wife allegedly cheating with Anthony Joshua, saying that Anthony Joshua could have his leftovers. So then he said that out of the blue. You could sort of sense, that there was a bit of an atmosphere about it. You could sense there a bit of hostility without people saying anything. You could cut the atmosphere with a knife basically, and that's when it all kicked off. So he says that to Khan. Obviously Khan would have been pissed off because that was a bit personal. So Khan got a little bit pissed off because Khan hold himself together quite well, I think. He got a bit pissed off. Then he has a glass of water, and he grabs the glass and then throws the water over Phil, because Phil is only sitting 2 seats over from Amir. On his left hand side there's Amir, and then there's Phil, Amir's opponent, and then there's Eddie Hearn in the middle of him. So he grabs a glass of water and he just chucks it. He just stands up and quickly chucks the water over his opponent. Then Eddie Hearn, being in the middle, he stands up, kind of pushes Amir back or extends his arm out to keep Amir away so that he doesn't try to punch his opponent. And then obviously all the matchroom security guards and everything all jumped in. His team jumped in. Amir's dad said that there was, well, you couldn't really hear, you could kind of hear it, but it was hard because obviously there's a lot of hostility. There's a lot of people sort of shouting abuse and all that kind of stuff, saying that it was too personal. You could, if you listen carefully enough, after a few minutes, you can see Amir's dad was pissed off, and Amir's dad said to the opponent, says about the trash talk, he says, you need to know your limits, and understandable. What I think of that is, I think it's too far. I like trash talking boxing. I don't mind boxers trash talking, but yeah, if you mention, if you're in a macho environment, you're a professional boxer, a macho kind of guy, and you're going to mention family or their marriage in front of them, or start like dissing them or their wife, don't expect them to take that lightly, or don't expect them to brush it off. If I was anyone in there, if I was Anthony Joshua in there, Dylan White, if I was even Gennady Golovkin in there, they're hardly going to sit there and take it. And when they start getting personal like that, now obviously people were saying that Amir wasn't making it personal because he was putting it out there. I can't understand what they're saying, but I still think it's a step too far to bring that up. I do definitely think it's too personal to bring up stuff like that, intimate sort of things like that at a press conference. I understand making the glass chin remarks and all that kind of stuff. I think it's good to sort of say stuff like that. I mean, that's kind of natural trash talking kind of stuff to say, so I can get why he could say that. And to be quite honest, I don't think that offends Amir. He's heard it all before. Amir's a mentally strong character, so that won't faze him. However, if Phil Greco wants to rattle Amir Khan, maybe he can. Maybe he might be able to. But obviously not going into personal details, but he might be able to, if he keeps relentlessly going on at him and trash talking to him, he might be able to get under Amir Khan's skin the way Angel Garcia did. That's his only hope of winning the fight, if you ask me. That's his only hope, is for him to try and rattle Amir again via trash talk. And if he keeps going and it gets under Amir's skin, well then that would be his best chance of winning, because then if Amir has a chip on his shoulder and goes out fight with a chip on his shoulder, he goes out fighting with emotion, well then we might be more likely to see a knockdown or whatever, or see Amir run out of energy like he did against Danny Garcia, where he's fights instead of boxes. But Phil Greco has very little chance of beating Amir Khan, in my opinion. Anyways, must be going on now for a good 10 minutes. What do you guys think of the press conference? Did you find it entertaining? Did you find it funny? Let me all know in the comment section to this video. This is Pugilist King.